Hi, Ali. You're looking pretty dapper today.
Oh, thank you. It's a special occasion. It's the 30th anniversary of Blackadder 2, so I thought I'd dress up.
Oh, really? What's so special about Blackadder 2?
Well, it's the best Elizabethan era sitcom with a hit leading British actor, written by Ben Elton.
Okay.
I really just wish they'd release more of them, you know?
I never really got into Blackadder. But, actually, on a completely unrelated note, have you seen Upstart Crow starring David Mitchell?
I don't think so.
No? It's a Ben Elton show. And it stars David Mitchell as Bill Shakespeare. And it's set in the Elizabethan period, and they make modern jokes.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I mean, why doesn't she just say, where are you, Romeo?
Because, my love, it doesn't mean where are you, it means why are you, Romeo?
That's a bit weird. Yeah, Romeo's just his name.
It's basically a sitcom about Shakespeare for the 400th anniversary of Shakespeare's death. It's written by Ben Elton, it stars David Mitchell.
Yeah, David Mitchell plays Shakespeare, and there's a bunch of other characters with him, like a grumpy teenage daughter, kind of like grouchy dad who's played by Harry Enfield. But I mean, this is very much the David Mitchell show.
Yeah.
And it kind of, even David Mitchell needs Robert Webb every now and then to bounce off him as well.
Robert, we love you.
Yeah. But Harry Enfield, I mean, like, get off Robert's Webb though. It's shit.
Anyway, sorry.
But I mean, Harry Enfield, I like quite a lot, but even in here, he's just kind of just there to like.
He's getting a paycheck, yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely feels like he's been written down from what he once had, because he's not in it very much.
Which is a shame, because Harry and Paul was great. It has a not Ricky Gervais, like a C-list Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Comedy. Ooh. Don't give it him then.
And which is really distracting. And there was also a guy who was in Spaced. I saw him he was in Spaced a lot, directed by Edgar Wright, and he showed up at The World's End. He's like the weird, like, gothic artist. Okay, there's the anxious teenage daughter, there's the wife, and there's the woman.
Yes.
Ali, explain to the audience what the woman's role is.
She is there to highlight sexism in the Elizabethan age.
Highlight or scream?
Kate, you know very well that it is illegal for girls to do anything interesting.
But the plot of the first episode is basically, I want to be a girl in the play. And it's fine, it works.
So that's fine. There's nothing wrong with like commenting on sexism in that culture. The problem is
it's done again in the second episode, and it's played up. And it's funny initially, and then when it devolves to the point where the only thing she does is to complain about how she can't be in the play and commenting on women's rights in the Elizabethan era, gets a bit grating. And it's part of a wider slew in that it's really, really unsubtle in how it works with, like, oh, there's potholes in the road. Oh, my cart was delayed. Definitely not a train. There's a sequence that goes about 2 minutes talking about how there's someone jumped in front of a carriage and it stopped the whole carriage down. And David Mitchell complains about it for 2 minutes. It's not funny.
And also, just like, did you know it was sexist in the Elizabethan times? Did you hear how sexist it was back there? It's so sexist down there, Ali. Didn't you know?
Women are not allowed to act.
It's so cruel to live in times when women are denied everything.
Aha. People in Oxford and Cambridge still rule the country. I bet they'll change. I mean, I think it literally says at one point.
Yeah.
That'll change in a few hundred years.
I hardly think that centuries hence, a tiny clique of Oxbridge posh boys will still be running everything.
Yeah.
Ben Elton can write. He did The Young Ones. He did Blackadder. He's I'm sure he's done other stuff as well.
I'm pretty sure he did We Will Rock You.
Yes, and he can write good things.
Yeah.
And this is such a sort of give us a 45-minute Shakespeare special for comedy. Fine, I'll do. Yeah. And then we want 5 more of those. Oh, fuck.
You know, this would be a really great one-off Christmas special, something like that.
It's blunt. And it takes some jokes go on for way too long, some you feel could be explored a bit more.
It lacks the nuance and subtlety of Blackadder.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a strong supporting cast. And also, along with because British comedy really, really relies, also a bit too much on misery. And having not unrelatable characters, but kind of characters who do kind of terrible things or quite selfish.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how if you go back to the 80s, you've got lots and lots of Fawlty Towers, you've got Blackadder, I mean, you even got Monty Python. It's all about taking these characters and taking them to a situation where you relate to the characters and the situation is just a bit different. Whereas you look at modern sitcoms, successful ones at least, are all about relatable situations with slightly exaggerated characters and things happening in them.
Yeah.
Subtle difference, but this feels like a massive hark back to 80s comedy.
Which
take the good writing out, and it just feels very, very dated.
Yeah, that's the thing though. I mean, to an extent, it's almost like if it's trying to like be a throwback thing, then it is missing a lot of ingredients of what made those 80s comedies great to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the popular current comedian down, and that might be it.
Yeah.
That might literally be it, and like history puns, I guess. But then there's no other ingredient that really like makes it interesting in any, or makes it unique or stand out in any other way.
I mean, Upstart Crow is just generic British sitcom in a Shakespeare setting.
But that'd be fine if it was funny, and that boils down to everything. We can talk about, you know, the context of stuff and like the science of comedy if you really want to. But I mean, at the end of the day, did you find the show funny?
First episode, yes. Second episode, no. We'll see what happens in 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
By the time I've edited this, I'll put a little description here.
I mean, so generally, just all in all, what are your recommendations on the show?
I think I would recommend, if you've got a spare half hour to go, watch the first episode.
Yeah.
But if you like that, don't go expecting much else.
Yeah, the first episode is relatively strong, but Blackadder is clearly much better.
In fact, no, go and watch Ambassadors.
Yeah, Ambassadors is great. Did it get cancelled or anything?
It just never got renewed.
Mitchell and Webb, yeah. It's a Mitchell and Webb show. It stars Mitchell and Webb, Tonks from Harry Potter.
Tom Hiddleston. No, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
No, Tom Hollander.
Tom Hollander. Spider-Man's not enough.
Tom Hollander. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's them in the Ukrainian embassy. That is fantastic, and
Yeah.
probably the strongest thing they've done in my opinion.
Upstart Crow, however, yeah.
So yeah, we will be back intermittently as we both adapt to new life and jobs.
Yeah.
If you've liked this video, drop us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. It really helps us out.